Yo, 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 what's up with it? Let's go and get it. Hopefully they gave the commercials. If you got a commercial, a little bit time to go and get on by. You know what it is, guys. It's time for some Thursday cooking. It's time to cook, man. It's time to cook. You can call it a lunchtime snack, but you're getting a full-course meal. We about to get it, man. We about to get it. Let's get it. Welcome to the channel. Shout out to my boy in the building. Buckeye B in the building. What it does. Matter of fact, what it do and how it's done, son. Let's get it. Guys, if you are new to the channel, I encourage you to do me a favor and smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so when your boy go live, it's like a bolt of electricity hit you. No, you won't have the flash powers, but it lets you know to get over to this channel in a flash. And let's cook. And I tell you, man, I have no idea what I'm going to say when I'm going to say it. I truly, guys, no lie, I give it to you raw, unedited, back at it. Like a crack addict, giving you boxing geekers every bit of this work. Let's work. Let's get it. So, guys, listen, you already know what we're talking about. You already know. Listen, we're going to throw a couple more things in there. Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andrade, Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. We're just going to talk about it, man, because that's what we are here for. I'm going to give you boxing talk, boxing knowledge in an entertaining fashion because that's what YouTube is for. So I'm going to give it to you the best way I know how, with a Coke and a smile. Let's get it. Get that like button. Go ahead and press that like button for your boy. Go ahead and press that like button for your boy. Press that like button for your boy. For your boy. All right. All right. So while you guys let this marinate, right? While we got this marinating right here, we got this Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul, potentially the same day as Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos. The impact. Will the takeover get taken over? Or will he prevail? Guys, what's up, man? You know what it is. If you see Fishing for the Kitchen, that's my YouTube fishing channel. Subscribe to it as well. Show your boy some like. I know some of you guys might not like fishing, but I love it. I love fishing. I caught a nice size blue catfish. But let's get to it, man. First of all, let's talk about Canelo Alvarez, Billy Joe Saunders. Guys, Billy Joe Saunders is basically putting it out there. In so many words, it's a setup. I am set up to lose to Canelo. It's like his eyes are open. He's not going into it believing it's going to be fair, that this is a fight that if he goes out and uses his skills, he can win. He realized what he up against. He realized that, listen, man, Canelo is a hell of a boxer. Good power. Hell of a chin. And on top of all that, if it's a close fight, when has he ever not got a close fight to go his way? Even in a not so close fight with Floyd Mayweather, still one judge looked like they came there with an already rolled out court. And now, he's taking on Canelo. He's putting pictures out there. Listen, I gotta say this, man. Billy Joe, this might have been the best physical shape I've seen him in. It might be. And even though we know shape doesn't win fights, it definitely says that somebody has been putting in some hard work. Especially when a guy doesn't look typically that ripped up, and he is that ripped up, is letting you know at least he's taking his physical serious. What plays out inside the ring, mentally and physically, that is different. And I remember they did a press conference. They were asking him about, facing Canelo and how it's going to be. And he was pretty honest. Like, listen, man, it's going to have to play out in the ring. I don't know exactly how, it's going to go. But I hope Billy Joe Saunders come to this fight bringing the best A game he has ever brought. I am hoping he is coming to this fight truly to beat Canelo. Truly to beat Canelo. Because anything less than that, if he has any doubt in him, anything, he's going to catch a hard L. He's going to catch a hard L from Canelo. Now, I'm going to ask you guys this. Do you believe, yes or no, and what I'm about to ask you, I am not asking for if you think he can do an identical job. I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying he is as good as this person that I'm about to ask you about. But I'm just asking, with Billy Joe Saunders' style, could he possess some of the problems a smaller Floyd Mayweather gave Canelo? Could he do it? He is a bigger version. He got quick hands, quick feet, doesn't really pack the power. He didn't even really pack the power at 160. Now he's 168. But does he have the skills to do some of the things that Floyd Mayweather was able to do to Canelo? But he's a bigger version. Can he do it? Or is this Canelo has gotten so much better that if this Canelo would have fought Floyd Mayweather back then, could it have been a different story? Could it have been a different story? That's what we're talking about. Let's get them likes up. All right. I don't know, man. I am still stuck on that if Canelo, once Canelo connects with a solid punch, if Canelo attacks him and can cut the ring off on him like he did against Caleb Smith, Yildirim, who just showed up for a check, if Canelo can cut that ring off, force Billy Joe Saunders into more exchanges than he liked. Matter of fact, he just got to force Billy Joe Saunders in a handful of exchanges. It don't even have to be all night. Billy Joe Saunders is going to be on the outside, probably trying to pick his way apart. I didn't even look up the reach factor. I don't even know. Matter of fact, let's do that. Let's do that right now. Let's do it right now because I didn't even look that up. Let's see. Billy Joe Saunders box break. Okay, let's look up Billy Joe. My shoulder's killing me. 30 wins, 40 knockouts, no losses, no draws. 5'11" with a 71-inch reach. Now let's look at Canelo. 5'11", 71 inches. Canelo, 5'8", 70 and a half. Guys, that half an inch don't mean nothing. That half an inch, guys, there is no real reach advantage in here. Man, Billy gon' Billy better have his stick and move on A1. His reflexes got to be A1. Anytime Billy Joe Saunders throws a punch, he has to be ready to move. Anytime he throws a jab, he has to be ready to move because Canelo is going to try early on to get that timing and get it quick. He might be off in the beginning, but he's going to try to get that timing really quick on Billy. And if Billy ain't sticking and moving and he's kind of playing, he better not have a lazy head that day. He better not have a lazy body. He better not have a lazy head and lazy feet. Because if his feet not moving quick enough and his head not slipping quick enough, sweet dreams are made of. Who am I to? I travel. You know what I'm talking about. All right, guys. So listen, let's do this. This is just another little small talk before we get to the main course. Jermall Charlo. What do you think about this, man? Is Jermall Charlo ducking David Benavidez? Is he ducking him? Is it a fight that he has to have now? Is he ducking Demetrius Andrade, a.k.a. Boo Boo, a.k.a. looked a little bit more vulnerable in his last fight? Is he ducking? Is he? I will say this. I do not believe he is ducking. When I'm saying ducking, Dave Benavidez. Because they are in two different weight classes. I get it. He did talk smack. He said he can beat him. I get it. Listen, Jamal Charlo, he was digging himself a hole, man. I get it. He was digging himself a hole. You know, talking about when he did that interview on the last pod stand or whatever, he like, tell him let's get it. Yeah, it's going to happen. Tell him sign up. You know, like I get it. He was talking like a lot of smack, and now he's backpedaling. So it don't look good for him, but I can't necessarily call it a duck when what would be the significance of just moving up to 160 and fighting somebody without a belt? Unless it was a major fight that people was calling for, and Dave Benavidez whooping everybody, and Jamal Charlo whooping everybody, and they both, you know, it's a mega fight that people want to see, but they're in two different weight classes, and they meet in the middle. Then, you know, I can understand that, but right now, even though David Benavidez is a threat, has power, could probably be a light heavyweight, David Benavidez is a force to be reckoned with. Defense, sloppy. But his offense, his countering, his pressure. Listen, man, he is going to continue to win unless somebody learn how to bust them pipes. Hold on to the pressure. Apply pressure himself. Put him. Don't let him dictate you. You dictate him. But let's get back to it. Is Jamal Charlo ducking, running, hiding from David Benavidez? I don't think I can agree. But from what he is saying, it is definitely making him look like he is going back on his own words. And his brother, Jamel Charlo, is not doing him any favors. When Jamel Charlo, I guess they're talking about Jamel Charlo moving up and fighting somebody. And Jamel Charlo, like, listen, man, he said, I ain't ducking nobody. You know, I got working. I'm a 154. I ain't ducking nobody. This is Jamel Charlo, right? Basically saying, like, this is not Jamal. You know, it almost implies that Jamel is almost implying that he's not his brother. He's not ducking anybody. He don't have to move up. He's not the one saying certain things. So Jamel is definitely not doing Jamal any favors. But again, there is no real logical reason why Jamal Charlo should have to go up and fight David Benavidez. Maybe down the future, down the line, if they can build up to it. But to be honest, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. I get it. He did put his foot in his mouth. He don't look good by saying it, but I don't think he should be obligated to once go to 168 when he still has work at 160 to do. Question now. Is he ducking Demetrius Andrade? Is he playing duck, duck, goose, but never get to the goose versus Demetrius Andrade? It's just duck, 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 duck. No, duck, 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 duck. And never say goose. Or if he say goose, he playing the game outright. He trying to move and get somewhere before you get to him. I don't know. Here's the thing, man. I know a lot of people are putting pressure on Demetrius Andrade to fight Jamal Charlo and Jamal Charlo to fight Demetrius Andrade. I don't get why. In the building, D1, the only Jose. Drumroll, please. Flores, what's up, champ? How's it going, big dog? How you doing in the building? Man, we talking this work, man. So, Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, there's a lot of pressure on them fighting each other. And I'm going to say this. It is a good fight. I don't mind it. Listen, especially how Demetrius Andrade was getting tagged a little bit in his last fight. Jamal Charlo might be favored. I'm going to say this. Matter of fact, Triple G might be a little bit more favored than Jamal Charlo, because Triple G is going to come at Demetrius Andrade like his last opponent, but he's going to be throwing a lot more heavy punches. The alien in the building, salute champ, what it does in the building. Let's get it. Guys, I might even be live tonight. Oh, what's this? Hold on, what's this? What's this? My boy, I don't even got it. Let me see if I got it up. I'm going to get it if I don't got it up. I got to get my boy Jose. He in the building, coming in on that Cash App All Stars. Hey, with the All Stars in the building. Let's get it. Let me pull this up real quick. And remember, guys, we're still going to talk about this main event. But you know how we do it, man, because everybody don't catch the live in time. I like to give you guys some boxing talk, especially since I can't go live as consistently as I want. That's why I like to touch multiple topics, open up some time to floor to talk about some topics, and we're going to get it. But while I look for... Okay, this is it right here. Open up. Bam. To be honest, man, listen, I would like to see Demetrius Andrade versus Jamal Charlo, and I get that it is competitive and it's a unification bout, and it's not a bad fight to make. Matter of fact, it would be a good fight and a big fight to make. The only thing I don't get is, why is Triple G getting let off the hook? I don't get it. Why is he getting let off the hook? Why? Why is Triple G... It's crazy. Triple G is fighting. Triple G has a belt, but it's almost like he's being forgot about. Like he's being treated like he don't have a belt. He's allowed to have a belt and fight who, when, where, and why. In some kind of way, how did he even get there? I don't know. Let me get my boy up here. Man. We're gonna talk this boxing, man. And I want to get you. Listen, we're gonna get to that Mayweather stuff. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get all the way to that. All the way to that. Let's get it. Guys, I probably will be live tonight. How do we put it right here? Because I have a friend. He's from St. Louis. His name is Stephen Shaw. They call him Big Shot. He is fighting, I believe, tonight. And if I can find that fight, because I want to cover him, guys. Oh, and one reason why this fight is so big, it is so big, even though you might not know who he is, because the winner of this fight can probably fight Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte is the bigger name. And Dillian Whyte in Matchroom is looking for Dillian Whyte to come over here, cross the sea to fight in the USA. But they are not just trying to come over real quick and fight a Deontay Wilder and get level quick. They want to come test the waters. They want to maybe try to get a couple eyes, fight somebody who's from the USA, get that win, and then probably potentially fight an Andy Ruiz, a Deontay Wilder, or someone else. Even if, someone. But they want to test, they want to stick their feet in the water over here and see if it's cool or hot. And my boy from St. Louis, he's fighting tonight. And I know I might just cover just that event if I can and give him some light. Is Mark Breland with Charlo now? That's what I'm hearing. Listen, let's get it. That's what I'm hearing. Let's see. What are your thoughts on that guy? I'm gonna give you my thoughts too. Let me give you my thoughts, right? Mark Breland, right? Let's see. What's in the news? Let's see. What's in the news? Just Google. Okay, here we go. Jamal Charlo adds Mark Breland to training camp. Here's the thing, right? I don't believe, because what happened between Breland and Wilder should prevent Breland from working again. I think the main thing that can hurt Breland is that he said he pretty much stayed with Deontay Wilder for years just for the money. In so many words. He's not listening to him. He's not doing what he's telling him to do. So if you got a fighter who's not listening to you, he's not doing what you tell him to do, most trainers would be like, listen, okay, man, it ain't working out with us. I think you need to find somebody else because I need somebody to listen to me if I'm going to work with him. But it looks like he stayed with Wilder for some years, got a lot of paychecks. Things went downhill after the Tyson Fury fight. Some words was exchanged. And then, bam, everything hits the fans. And now It looks like he's being hired by Jamal Charlo camp, which I believe Jamal Charlo trainer is pretty good friends with Mark Breland, and that could be a reason why Mark Breland is working with Jamal Charlo. I don't know if they could teach him. Buckeye B says, I think Ortiz F him up. You talking about Ortiz versus Dylan White? Listen, man. The only way they make the Ortiz fight is one, Ortiz will have to have another outing, and he will have to look very old. I mean, Ortiz would have to fight a damn near no name, and he would have to look old against that damn near no name before Dylan White take a chance to fight him. Because if Ortiz takes a loss, Dylan White going to use that loss as a reason why he would never fight him. And if Ortiz wins impressively, he's going to continue to call him old and can't speak English, the reason why he'll never fight him. I really hate it, man. I really hate that Luis Ortiz just can't get fights. Guys, I mean, think about it, man. Luis Ortiz, how come he's not getting the Parker fight? Think about it. Think about this. Why is he not able to fight Parker, Chisora, Pulev, Dylan White, any of them guys, any of them, Andy Ruiz, that'd be a good fight. Any of them, he's not getting the fights, and it's like the only one that gave Ortiz a shot. And probably if he didn't fight this guy, probably wouldn't have the money he have now to take care of his family. Is Deontay Wilder. And guys, remember, I apologize if I'm delayed because I set this as an event. It's going to have about like a 40-second delay. So, let's do this. Jamal Charlo add Mark Breland to training team. Let's check this out. Deontay Wilder's former trainer Mark Breland has reportedly been added to the coaching staff of WBC middleweight champion Jamal Charlo. Wilder recently released the former two-time welterweight champion and 1984 Olympic gold medalist Breland in response to him throwing in the towel to have his fight with Tyson Fury halt in the 7th round last year in February 2020. Charlo is trained by Rodney Shields, and it is unclear what capacity the former 5-time Golden Glove winner Breland would have with the team. I don't know, man. Listen, I mean, it could just be give him a check. He wasn't, I think as far as I know, Breland wasn't the head coach for Deontay Wilder. So maybe it could be a similar role. He's not coming into Jamal Charlo camp to try to reinvent the wheel, but maybe just try to teach him a couple tricks to the trade. As long as Rodney Shields is okay with it. I don't know. I don't think it's going to cause any controversy between Wilder and Charlo. I hope it doesn't. We never know. Sometimes the Charlos do speak their mind freely. And if Jamal feels a way about Wilder letting him go, and then people ask Jamal Charlo why did he hire Breland, and what do you think about the Wilder and Breland situation? Now, I think he should be like, listen, man, I don't want anything to do with that. I hired this man because I believe he can help me out my camp, keep me on the winning side of things. But we never know. If he feels a different way and like, listen, man, Wilder's a bum for this, blah, 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 she can go south real quick. But let's get to the topic at hand. Floyd Mayweather Jr. taking on Logan Paul, targeting, so I guess it's not official, but they're targeting a June 5th on Showtime pay-per-view. The same day that Teofimo Lopez is scheduled to fight his mandatory Kambosos on Thriller June 5th pay-per-view. I don't know if I've seen two boxing events compete at the same time for customer buys. Guys, Teofimo Lopez is known to be the takeover. Is Floyd Mayweather trying to take over to take over? And will he be successful with taking over to take over? Which fight do you really want to see? Think about this. For some of you don't know Kambosos, so some of you do. Do you really want to see Teofimo Lopez take on this mandatory that been turned pay-per-view event against Kambosos? Or do you want to see Logan Paul, the YouTuber, take on Floyd Mayweather? Which one would be more entertaining for you to want to spend your money to buy? Now, if you're rich, you buy both of them, put 2 TVs up, and then see if the fights do not overlap, and then try to watch one before the other. But I'm telling you this right now. I'm not buying the 2 pay-per-views. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not buying 2 pay-per-views. Facts on facts on facts. So, guys, you know, why is my chat not working? Like this is not working. Did not see this. I hope. Let me do something. Let's do it here and let's go back here. Okay, guys. I don't know how this will play out. Will this hurt Teofimo Lopez or will it not? Is Top Rank Bob Arum, is he happy about this? Is he praying that Mayweather, finally, you're helping me out? Theo is going over to the Thriller. Thank you, Floyd. Is he happy about this? Is Bob Arum somewhere like, thank you, I should send Floyd a check if I wasn't so stingy? Listen, man. It's not going to hurt Teofimo Lopez that night financially because they already bid to pay him $6 million, right? He's going to get close to $4 million, and Kambosos going to get close to $2 million. That just looked like how it's going to lay out. But what it could hurt is pay-per-view sales for Thriller, and if Tank Davis have a better successful pay-per-view compared to Teofimo Lopez, they could use that as who's the A side and who's not if Tank Davis and Teofimo Lopez actually matches up. But you know what, man? I don't know how much Floyd could really hurt Teofimo Lopez. I think Thriller is not just relying on boxing fans to pull this. Now, let's take example, right? The Jake Paul fight, right? The Jake Paul, they was relying on the YouTube fans, and they was relying on the musicians. In this case, against Floyd Mayweather, they are relying on Floyd Mayweather fans, and they're relying on Logan Paul fans, which is YouTubers, which that could still get a healthy crowd. But Thriller, they are having a lot of entertainers help sell their event. It's not just relying on the fighters anymore. Like I said in my last video, Thriller is using popular artists. They're not just using past artists, and they're not just doing it themselves where, okay, we got Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Too Short, E40, these legendary older fighters who is not as current today. No, they are using current artists. Sweetie, what's the other one name? Gosh, can't think of her name. It'll come to me. Justin Bieber. Like, they're using current artists who has young and a younger audience, massive social media pulling, and if they tweet buy this, support me, support me, they are pulling in a different crowd than that would even care about boxing, period. And even if that crowd leaves the boxing screen before boxing actually starts, it still accounts to the pay-per-view. Jose Flores says, man, I don't know about Thriller. It's too sloppy, distasteful, in my opinion. On my last video, what I stated was, With Thriller, Thriller is doing a whole new thing. They are not trying to copy the same blueprint that has been successful for boxing, traditional boxing today. They are doing a massive push to use current artists. It is like a cross between a live concert with your favorite artist with boxing as well. With it's not just about boxing, but it's about who is hot now to sell that event, or who can we use that has a big following to sell that event. Example: Mike Tyson, Holyfield, not Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, Jake Paul, and Ben Askren, or whatever his name is, and now they're using Teofimo Lopez versus Kambosos, but they're throwing Holyfield on the undercourt. When I first saw the event, because I didn't really know what to expect, I didn't even do a video. I didn't even cover it that night, and I didn't cover it because I didn't want to show support of the event. Honestly, it just came down to financial and with all of the artists that's going to be performing, I would have had to blurb out about the first hour and a half or 2 hours because it was nothing but concerts. But I would say I was a little bit shell shocked when I first saw the concerts and it was unedited. I mean, it was just like, not the exact word, but it was like, I shake my in your face. Give me your money. Give me your money. How does it taste? Give me your, it was like bam, bam, bam right in front of you. Now listen, if you are a young man, a single young man, or somebody who don't got kids in there, and you was looking for that, that would have been what you wanted. Like, oh yeah, that's what I want. Hip hop, definitely edgy for sure. But but if you are a person that didn't know about it and you had your kids with you, it would have been instant earmuffs, pause, get out the room. It would have been, the one thing I would say is, I'm not knocking them from doing it because they are successful. They did 2 pay-per-views and they have been completely successful with both pay-per-views. But I think it should come with some type of warning for language, warning. You should be 17 and over because what's going to happen? It is the rawest version of the song that was put out there. Bucky B says, I'm buying a Lopez fight. Second TV will be Firestick screaming Floyd. Jose Flores didn't make Tyson say that he would never fight on Thriller again. I think I saw that somewhere. He did say that. He did say it. Raking in that cash. So when it comes to, here's the thing. Floyd Mayweather, let's get to it. Let me pull up the thing. Oh, here we go, guys. Listen. Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Logan Paul, target on June 5th on Showtime pay-per-view. All right. Mayweather Jr. and YouTuber sensation Logan Paul are headlining the June 5th on Showtime pay-per-view. Let me see. Mayweather versus Paul fight was scheduled in February. Trying to get through it. Here's something important. Logan Paul can't weigh more than 190. I repeat, Logan Paul can't weigh more than 190. Floyd Mayweather can't weigh more than 160. Floyd Mayweather, listen, man. Even when Floyd Mayweather fought at 154, I think he came in the ring around 149, 151. I don't see Floyd Mayweather. This is potentially a 150-pound fighter on fight night, a 150, 151-pound fighter taking on a 195 to 200-pound fighter. Listen, I got to admit, man, this could be a 50-pound gap between Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. He weighs. Listen, unless they do a same day weigh in like the IBF or something like where you can't be so many pounds more. If he only has to weigh 190 and he rehydrates, 10 pounds or 15 pounds, and Floyd Mayweather, with his socks and boxes and everything on, can't weigh more than 150, 151. Woo! Man. But let's talk about the fight itself. Let's talk about the fight. Let's talk about the pay-per-view. Listen, man, I don't know how much of an effect it will have on Thriller, especially if they're doing it on the same day. Think about it. It'd be Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul taking on Teofimo Lopez versus Kambosos. Media, people that can talk smack. Floyd Mayweather versus pretty much, honestly, Snoop Dogg. Right? This is like one of Snoop Dogg's little baby. This is entertainment. But the thing about Floyd Mayweather, man, he finds a way to sell. I mean, listen. I'm just saying this. The press conference between Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather, I believe, is going to be better than Lopez versus Kambosos. I just think it's going to be better. Just the lead up, the build up. Floyd Mayweather knows how to sell. His haters hate him. His lovers love him. He always, even when he fought, think about it, when he fought Conor McGregor, the press conference alone was almost like must-see TV. Now Floyd Mayweather coming back talking smack to Logan Paul. I'm going to retire you YouTubers. Logan Paul talking to him. Now, it is clear that Floyd Mayweather is the better boxer. He is not the same boxer. Jose Flores says Floyd is going to pull it off. He's going to embarrass Paul. Let's get to it. Floyd Mayweather is not the same boxer. He don't have the same speed. He gets hit a little bit more. He's not as fleet on his feet as he used to be. Floyd Mayweather is in his 40s. He's in his 40s. And he's taking on Logan Paul, who's probably in his prime. Let me see how old is Logan Paul? 26 years old. Floyd Mayweather could be Logan Paul's dad. But this wouldn't be the first time Floyd Mayweather has sunned somebody. Canelo! Sorry. But here's the thing, right? Even though let me see how old Floyd is. Let me get how old is Floyd? How old is? I think he's about 43, 44, but let me see. Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is 44 years old, taking on a 26-year-old. Listen, Floyd Mayweather's skills at 44 is no doubt still better than Logan Paul. I get Logan Paul is 26 years old. He has youth on his side, but the thing is, he don't have the time to improve that great to have a better mind and better skills than Floyd Mayweather. Now, let's see, how tall is Logan? Let me look at Logan Paul is 6'2". What the hell, man? Logan Paul is 6'2". Floyd Mayweather is 5'8". Listen, this is David versus Goliath. This is truly David versus Goliath, man. Logan Paul last fight was 199 pounds. He is 6'2", has a 76-inch reach. Let me look at Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd is 5'8", with a 72-inch reach. Man, guys, listen, man. Look, this honestly, if you thought there was a side difference between Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, this is probably how to listen. Listen to me now. I don't know if they're gonna do it, but to me, this would be a bright idea. I will market this Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, the modern David versus Goliath, and I will have them walk up to each other just to see the massive difference in size between Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. Because even though Floyd Mayweather is the better boxer, and he could probably move better and has more timing, Logan Paul is a strong kid. And if Floyd Mayweather, see, the older you get, your chin don't get better. If Logan Paul can F around and hit Floyd Mayweather with a solid shot with a 50-pound weight difference between him, 50 pounds? Guys, listen, man. I'm just saying, this can get ugly. Listen, Floyd Mayweather is known for having good defense, right? Catching shots, slipping shots, rolling shots. Now, if Floyd Mayweather goes into this fight and slipping shots, it won't be bad. If he started to catch shots, when you are that much weight difference, if Logan Paul just threw shots at the guard, just at the guard, right at the guard, 50-some pound weight difference, I don't think Floyd Mayweather will be able to counter. He won't be able to catch counter because by the time he catches that shot, if it has enough force on him, it's going to knock him back some. He won't be able to catch counter. He'll be able to catch the shot, but he got to get out the way. Floyd Mayweather's best option is to slip and shoot, turn and shoot, roll and shoot. Well, listen, I got Floyd Mayweather in this fight, man, but I'm just saying that I know you guys, or some of you guys, gonna buy the Lopez fight, but listen, man, I don't know. I think I might be more entertained with Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. Because listen, hear me out. Nobody asked for Lopez to fight Kambosos. That is not a pay-per-view event, to be honest. Now, unless you just want to see how Holyfield is going to do at 59 years old, then I get it. But Lopez versus Kambosos, even though it could turn out to be a hell of a fight, it's not a fight that many people look forward to. It's not a fight that people want to see. It is a fight that they're getting on pay-per-view because Thriller bid it and bought the fight. Floyd Mayweather. So basically now you're going off of, is it going to be entertaining? Is Lopez versus Kambosos going to be more entertaining than Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul? And to be honest, I cannot say for sure that it is. I can't say for sure if I want to see Kambosos versus Teofimo Lopez, a fight nobody asked for, but it is two boxers fighting each other. It is two boxers fighting each other for a fight that actually means something. So that is good. Or do I want to see Floyd Mayweather, David versus Goliath, 50-pound difference, taking on Logan Paul, and just to see how far Floyd Mayweather has fallen with his skills, or how much has he retained? Because listen, if Floyd Mayweather looks good in this fight, people are going to still talk about fight Pacquiao again, fight one of these current fighters, and they're going to push for that. Or if Logan Paul could land a big enough shot and hit Floyd. And I'm telling you right now, if Logan Paul some kind of way clips Floyd Mayweather, if he some kind of way loses to Logan Paul, exhibition or not, they're going to hold that to how they place Floyd Mayweather in all time. If right now, if you got Floyd Mayweather in your top 5 all time, let's say he's in your top 5, somewhere between 1 and 5. I bet you any kind of money that if he loses to Logan Paul, they're going to drop him what he actually done in fights that meant something. They're going to use that loss to tear down his career. It's going to affect his actual career. And every time they speak about Floyd Mayweather, they're going to be quick to bring up he lost to a YouTuber named Logan Paul who had one professional fight and lost. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. And if Floyd Mayweather can some kind of way beat Logan Paul, listen, if he beats the snot out of Logan Paul, I mean the snot, this would set up a fight against Jake Paul. See, right now, Logan Paul has been on the losing side of things. He doesn't have a clear win. I think he had a draw with what's the guy that he fought the first time in the UK? I can't think of his name. He had a draw with him there. He lost to him when it actually counted as a professional fight. So he is not coming off a steam or of winning. He's coming off of a loss. And now you're fighting Floyd Mayweather. Listen, Logan Paul and Jake Paul are doing things different. Jake Paul is fighting people that he's getting W's over, right? He knocked out some dude I didn't know the first time. Then he knocked out an ex-basketball player. Now he just knocked out an MMA fighter. He is actually building up steam. 3 fights, 3 knockouts, and they've been devastating knockouts. And Logan Paul lost. And if he loses against Floyd, I'm telling you right now, if he loses to Floyd, the next biggest fight will be Jake Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. And I'm telling you right now, because Jake Paul has been winning, knocking people out, and Jake Paul now has something called haters. Jake Paul is like the Usher song. He has lovers and friends. Those who love him, those who hate him. And if Jake Paul can fight a MMA fighter that most boxing fans haven't heard of before he fought him, I haven't heard too much of him, and it still sold 1.5, 1.6 million views. If Floyd Mayweather beat Logan Paul, and if Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul set up something, guys, I'm telling you, that could be a 3 to 4 million pay-per-view buy. And I gotta ask you this, right? Because I was hearing on some stream that people are mad at Floyd Mayweather. They said Floyd Mayweather is ruining boxing by coming back to fight. Is he ruining boxing? Is he ruining boxing? Is Floyd Mayweather single-handedly ruining boxing? I'm going to say this. If Floyd Mayweather is ruining boxing by coming back, boxing wasn't strong in the first place. If he's ruining boxing by himself because he's fighting exhibition bouts, boxing's not strong in the first place. Because if Chuck Liddell or any of the other guys come back and do MMA, nobody's going to say that they're ruining UFC. No one's going to say it. If Silva comes back and fights somebody in an exhibition bout, if Silva's coming back and fighting in boxing, they're not saying he's ruining the UFC. Only Floyd Mayweather gets that tag that he is ruining boxing by coming back. That's hate. That's hate. And as crazy as it is, Floyd Mayweather is hated by his own kind, I believe, more than any other. Self-hate. Mike Tyson comes back, nobody have any issues. Holyfield comes back, no one has any issues. Floyd Mayweather comes back, the whole world goes to hell. Jose Flores said, nah, the Paul brothers are messing up boxing. Listen, hear me out. To be honest, the Paul brothers only have success because boxing is not the best fighting the best. See, here's the thing. Boxing, in my opinion, has a lot of prima donnas. They have a lot of people that start to get a little bit of fame, a little bit of light. They claim to be the best in the world right now. And then everybody wants to see them fight somebody else is better, but they don't do it. Think about this. I'm going to show you how bad boxing has got. Ryan Garcia is not a champion. But Ryan Garcia is saying he is not interested in fighting Devin Haney until he build his stock. Devin Haney is the actual champion in boxing, who actually has a belt that you can trace back. And Ryan Garcia is refusing to fight the champion and become champion because he said the champion got to build his stock up. So if boxing now is making it to where we don't care who the stars fight as long as the stars fight, then how can we get mad when stars fight? Let me break that down to it. If boxing now is making it to where whoever's considered a star in boxing, and those stars don't have to fight other stars, we only just want to see them stars fight, then how can we get mad when stars, aka YouTubers, anybody else that's hot right now fight? Because boxing is not giving us what we want. Boxing is taking Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, something that happened that I don't believe it was intentional, but it happened. And they're taking that and making that like the career plan. Now, yeah, man, listen, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, I don't believe that it's Floyd Mayweather. I don't believe it's the Paul brothers, because think about this. When years ago, they had celebrities was boxing. They had celebrities boxing years ago, but it never got this big. Why? Did we not have celebrities that was big like the Power Brothers back then? We didn't have movie stars and basketball stars. We didn't have them big like that back then. How come it didn't? How come? Because people didn't take it serious. Because back then they got the real meaningful boxing fights that they wanted. They got it. At some point they got the fights. We're not getting them anymore. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Boxing has made it so the Paul brothers can come in and fight MMA fighters, other YouTubers, who else? Basketball players, golf players, football players. They have taken celebrity boxing to a new height. Celebrity boxing now is bigger than regular boxing. Think about that. Think about it. Regular boxing pay-per-view does about 300, 400, maybe 500,000 buys. That is good right now. YouTubers do over 1 million every time out. YouTubers do over 1 million every time out. Boxers, top boxers, do around 300,000 or 400,000. But let's get to it, man. When we talk about this fight right here, right? Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather, same day as Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos. Now, it might change, but listen, this could be a power move. People are talking about the PBC have not came out with their schedule yet. They have not renewed their deal yet. Maybe PBC is with Fox probably, listen, man, we didn't get the best return on our investment before. We need something that's going to guarantee. Maybe right now Fox like, listen, we will renew you, but we don't want to give you the same amount of budget as last time. We want to give you a smaller budget. And maybe PBC like, no, we still need that big budget. And now people are saying that it is being rumored that Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul is being used to try to help close this deal for PBC. But I heard that Leonard Ellaby came out and said, no, there's nothing such close to it. You and I really don't know. But if this happens on the same day, to be honest, I think both people lose. I think both lose. I think Floyd Mayweather goes off for sales. And I don't understand why, like, to be honest, like, why would you do it on the same day? Like, why not even do it a week before then? Because if Floyd Mayweather do it a week before Teofimo Lopez, he would still maximize out on the amount of pay-per-views that he would get versus people that have to split it. Think about it. If most people are not going to buy 2 pay-per-views, they're not about to buy $89, $99 for Floyd Mayweather and $59 for Teofimo Lopez. They're not going to do it. And then a lot of people, if they're just looking at just the price value itself, as Floyd Mayweather, who is known for having a higher value, they might go with Kambosos. They're like, man, I'm going with Thriller, man. Thriller got Concert. They got the West Side. They got all these new people. They finna give us the baby now and all this. They might go with Thriller. But if you're a Logan Paul fan, see, that's the thing about it, man. That's the thing about it. See, Floyd Mayweather, even though you hate him, he has Logan Paul. Logan Paul has 30, 40 million people. If he can just get 1 million of those followers to invest in him. But let's get it, man. All right, guys. Let me get ready and get back to my job. Gave you guys some food for thought. I want to cook. I might be back live tonight. I got a guy from St. Louis. I believe he's fighting tonight named Stephen Shaw. Look him up. Stephen Shaw, box rec. I think he's 13 or 14 fights undefeated. He's a heavyweight fighter. This fight could lead him to fighting Dylan White. So I might cover that tonight, guys. I want to give him some exposure. Again, shout out to my boy Buckeye B in the building. Jose Flores always coming through, showing nothing but the maximum of love to the channel. And guys, we will be back. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend about your boy. And I'm out.